The principal is looking for your overall presence in the class, your body language. Rubric consists of 7 criteria. With every criteria, there is a question.
Hi everyone and welcome back. Today in this video, I'm going to break it down how demo lessons are assessed here in Dubai, what are the criteria in that rubric, and what you need to do to get the tick in those criteria. First thing first, when you are going to have your demo lesson, you will be observed by a panel in that lesson. This panel will consist of the principal, the vice principal, and the HOD. All these 3 people are looking for a separate things. Like for example, the principal is looking for your overall presence in the class, your body language, whether you are moving around, the way you're explaining, are you using your hand gestures, okay? Or are you just standing near the whiteboard and just speaking, okay? The principal is also looking for your voice. Your voice should be friendly so that the kids are comfortable to ask questions if they have, and also authoritative if the energy and the discipline is not there. So you need to bring the kids back to the same tangent, right? So it should be friendly and authoritative when it is required, right? The vice principal is looking for the teaching pedagogy like differentiation, assessment for learning. She's also looking for the classroom management routines, like if you want to establish some routines in those 20 minutes. So this is going to be observed by the vice principal. The HOD is looking for the subject mastery and how well you are explaining a concept, right? So this is basically what these 3 people are looking for, right? Now coming to the rubric. Now the rubric consists of 7 criteria. With every criteria there is a question, right? And the answer of this question is either a yes or a no. Your job is to get as many yes as possible. Like, I'll give you an example. Was the lesson objective clear or not? It was clear. Engagement. Did the teacher grab the students' attention or curiosity? Third, differentiation. Did the teacher consider the fact that every student in the classroom is not at the same level? Fourth, assessment for learning. Is the teacher checking the understanding of the student during the lesson or at the end? Fifth, classroom management routines. Is the teacher able to deal with the energy, respect, and discipline? Sixth, pacing. Is the teacher able to finish on time without rushing? Very important, very important. And finally, the 7th, which is creativity and use of resources. So was there a pinch of creativity in the lesson, or how well the teacher was able to use the resources, right? These resources can be graphic organizer, Frame model, so many things. So remember, it's not about being a perfect teacher in those 20 minutes. It's about showing that you can check these boxes, right? Okay. Now, moving on, what we need to do to get these ticks on these boxes, and we'll go one by one to all these 7 criteria. So when you are preparing your demo lesson, you need to have this checklist that is the first criteria is there, second is there, third is there. So once all 7 are there, you're good to go, right? So let's begin. The first one is the clarity of lesson objectives. So when I say clarity of lesson objective, start something like this. So lesson objective should be in a form of a question, like how to describe and explain renewable and non-renewable energy. Or you can say another example, how to describe and explain the process of melting, freezing, and condensation. So in this, you have showed that the students know what to expect. Students know what is the lesson objective. So make sure once you have displayed the lesson objective, make sure that the students also know it, that what is expected by the end of the lesson, right? So they will be able to explain renewable and non-renewable, or they're able to explain the process of evaporation, condensation, or melting or freezing, right? Okay, that's the first criteria. The second is the engagement. Now, never start a class with a lecture. You will lose the kids, and you lose the kids, you lose their interest, you lose the curiosity, you lose the demo, right? So my suggestion, start with the hook. When I say hook, start with a question, always as a starter activity, display a question which will generate curiosity. Like the question can be, have you ever wondered why the sky looks orange at sunset? Now this question will generate curiosity, it will make them think and will make them talk. And this is engagement. This is what the whole objective should be for you. You need to make students think and talk. That's it. It should not be a lecture that you're explaining stuff and everything, right? Which most of the candidates do, okay? The third criteria is differentiation. Now, Dubai schools are very strict when it comes to differentiation. And let's face it, that every kid in that classroom is not at the same level. So you need to understand that differentiation is a must, and there are two ways where you can show differentiation. One is when you're doing your task. So when you have your main task, as I've discussed in the earlier videos, when you're having your main task, make sure your task activity or task sheet or task questions, handout should be differentiated. Like for high achiever, there should be different task. For middle achiever, different task. And for the low achiever, different task, right? That is the differentiation you have showed as per the task. You can also show differentiation by speaking it loud. For example, when you have distributed the task, you can say something like this. If someone is struggling, you can use a scaffold or a hint sheet. Or if someone is looking for a more challenge, you can try out the extension task. So what you have done is, you have just shown the panel that you can support for the low achievers if they need hint by giving a scaffold. And you can also stretch the high achiever. If it's easy, you have an extension task. Right? Extension task is basically a little higher order questions than what you have given to them. So differentiation is this, right? Then coming to the fourth point, which is the assessment for learning. Now, don't wait till the end to check the understanding. On the other hand, use some quick strategies. For example, display a checkpoint with a question, with a simple question displayed with option 1, 2, 3. So kids can show the number of fingers to display the answer. So you don't have to have a written thing. You can just show the check for understanding, that whether they are understanding or not, just by displaying a question on the PPT. This has option A, B, C as 1, 2, 3, and you can ask them, if you think the first is the answer, show me 1 finger. If you think second is the answer, show me 2 fingers. If you think third option is the answer, give me 3 fingers. And you can know how many of they were able to understand and how many of they are still struggling. And you're also showing the panel that you are doing assessment for learning during the lesson. You know how many of the students have understood and how many of them not, right? Okay, so the whole point of this is, you need to show the panel that whatever you're doing in the class, even if it's a checkpoint, there is a reason behind it. You're not just doing it for the sake of doing it, there is a reason behind it. And these are known as reflective teachers. So the panel loves reflective teachers, okay? Another example can be a thumbs up or a thumbs down during the lesson. So you can ask, give me a thumbs up if you think sun is a source of renewable energy, and if you think it is not, then give me thumbs down. You can count it. You can have an idea and you can show the panel and the students that how many of you have understood, how many have not, okay? You can also use mini whiteboard, which is actually a trend right now. Now, mini whiteboards are basically, you can have a A4 sheet, okay, and get it laminated, and carry these 15-20 these sheets with you. Once you start the lesson, distribute them, and during the lesson, anytime during the lesson, right? It should not be an activity like a main activity, but during any time of the lesson, just ask them, okay, I want you to write 2 sources of non-renewable energy on the mini whiteboard, and once you are done, please show me. So there is a show of mini whiteboard, and you can just check who has got it, who has not, and you can give them live feedback at that very moment. Okay, this is wrong for you. The second one is not a non-renewable. Think about it. Yeah, you got it correct. This is good. You need to work on it. This is not the first option that you write. Think about it. Discuss it with your pair. Is it actually renewable or non-renewable? This is. So these thumbs up, thumbs down, or I told you display a simple question with option 1, 2, 3, they can show off their fingers, right? And think, pair, share is there, mini whiteboard is there, exit tickets are there. These are all basically assessment for learning, okay? Coming to the fifth one, which is the classroom management skills or routines, okay? Now, it is not possible for you to show in those 20 minutes the full behavior system, but you can establish one routine. A routine would be something like this. So the moment you enter the class, right, just tell them, okay, and speak like this, right? During the class, if you hear me speaking 3, 2, 1, I want you to stop what you're doing and raise your hand and look at me. That's one of the routine. And during the lesson, do. So when you see there's an activity going on, and when you like for example, your main task is going on and you want to wind it up, it should be timed 5 minutes, and you see that kids are still doing it. So instead of saying, okay, stop it now, please pencil down. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and they will remember. Everyone will watch you. Stop using it, raise your hand, and there will be complete silence. So you have just showed the panel that you can establish routines very effectively. Okay, so that's basically classroom management routines. Okay, the next one is the pacing. That's the 6th criteria, the pacing, time management. And this is one of the biggest reasons for most of the demos to fail, because always remember that you need to finish. You need to finish the lesson. You need to finish, okay? So what I would suggest is, if you have been told that you have a demo of 20 minutes, plan for 15 minutes. Don't plan for 20 minutes. Because trust me, and you know this thing from your experience, there will be some buffer time. It will come up. Something will come up. Maybe one of the students which you didn't expect, he will come up with a doubt and he has taken those 2-3 minutes. So if you are given 20 minutes, plan for 15 minutes. If you are given 30 minutes, plan for 25 minutes. Keep that 5 to 7 minutes of buffer, okay? With this, what will happen? You will be able to finish early with confidence, not with panic. Now the last one is the creativity and use of resources. Now when we say creativity and use of resources, I would suggest keep it simple. Like maybe use a Frere models, okay? Or you can use a simple graphic, or maybe you can use a mind map to summarize, or you can show a picture to display or spark a discussion. All these things come up with creativity and use of resources, right? The most important thing is to show that you can make the kids think and talk. That's the major part. The kids should think and they should talk. That's the main objective of all these criteria, right? Okay. So to wrap up, keep the lesson objective clear and ensure that students understand it. Use the engagement like hook quotient, okay? Show differentiation by not just different activity, but also by speaking. Like for example, you have a scaffold or you have extension task. Use of AFL like thumbs up, thumbs down for quick checkpoint, okay? Establish routines like 3, 2, 1, show of hands. And always end the lesson with an exit ticket. Even when you see the panel is standing up and you're still in the middle, at that very moment, okay, let's wind it up. And at the end, I want you to write one sentence of what you learned today. The moment you see that the panel is, standing up and they are, going to get out of the class, and that's the very moment to end. But don't just leave it at that very moment. Okay, thank you so much. No, you need to exit. So if you nail these, your demo lesson will rock. And if you find this breakdown has given you a little clarity, kindly subscribe now, because I share strategies every week to help you land these teaching jobs in Dubai. Because here opportunities are huge, but only if you know how to stand out. Thank you so much.